Hi guys, welcome back to Fritzy family. Today what we're going to do is a get ready with me, and the eyes are going to be done with the Jaclyn Hill palette. So let's go on that journey together. Before we go there though, give it up for my granddaughter who in under 5 minutes and no mirror completely covered her face and arm with a Milani lipstick. I crown her the new champion of the no mirror 5-minute makeup challenge. Momo's so proud of you, honey. The L'Oreal Magic Dream Lumi that comes out white, pearly. Over the top of that, I'm going to use this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. You guys know this is my favorite drugstore foundation. Oh, and did you see that? Look how pretty. Thank you, Charlotte. Charlotte sent me some other things too. But using the Morphe E4, I'm going to come into this. This is my e.l.f. Contour kit. And I'm going to hit my chin. I'm going out to dinner with my girlfriend. You guys know I go out with her once a month. We go out to dinner. Tonight we're going to have Mexican food. I'm going to try to behave. I always fail. And then I'm going to take this little double-ended brush by Cargo and dip in there and go for my nose. Now what I like to do is, my nose is really narrow up here at the top, and I know Wayne Goss and everybody else says, oh, you're supposed to just like, let's take this in, start up here and come down. Okay, what I want to do is, I don't want to make what's already narrow more narrow, and that's what I'm doing if I start up here. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to start right here. And I'm just going to start working on this part of my nose. You see, I just want to shave off this part of my nose a little bit. Not decrease what's already narrow and bony. There's nothing up here but bone, and it's real bony there. So I want to thin out just this part. So that's where I'm putting, and how this bulbs right there. So that's what I want to do. I just want to shade that. So with this end I applied it, with this end I'm going to blend it out. And that can get tricky if you put too much, because you know, you don't want it to look like two brown lines on your nose. You just want it to be subtle enough that it looks like a shadow, not contour on your nose. Then what I like to do is take a concealer, usually a cream, and just come here down the middle of my nose, and here, I guess. I do like to highlight. This is very, very faint. I'm primarily doing this just to cover up, and this side to even out, but this side to cover up just that hint of a age spot that's there. Now I'm going to take this e.l.f. powder. It's an HD powder, and I'm just going to start down here and lightly work my way up underneath my eye. That will help set the concealer that I put under there and keep my mascara from transferring and running all over underneath my eye. This is my holy grail. I love this blush more than any blush there is.
It's Hourglass Mood Exposure.
And right here in the hollows of my cheek, where you normally see me put a contour, I'm going to use this blush and start taking it upward my face, from the hollows of my cheeks up into my cheekbone.
Fun Fritzy fact, Mood Exposure is the only blush that I've ever had to repurchase because I used it up completely.
Then I sweep up here. That's the 80s girl coming out in me. And then I know you guys see me do this all the time, but I never really explain what I'm doing. And I saw my friend Mary Ellen explain this in her video the other day. And I was taught to put on blush this way by my mother. So as I have gone up here and done this, you see me taking it off the rest of my face. Okay, I was taught to do that by my mom when I was learning to put on makeup. Reason being is because you want your skin to look like it was kissed by the sun. And I had to smile when I heard my friend Mary Ellen say that, because that's exactly what you're doing. You are giving your face a look like, not really a sunburn, but like it was kissed by the sun. Like you've been outside and it's a healthy glow. So that's why you see me take the remnants of what's on my brush and go over the rest of my face with it. Since I like to double blush, I'm going to take Baby Blossoms by L'Oreal. It's the true match. And now higher on my cheekbone, where you normally see me put my blush, I'm going to put this. Some of you have asked me before about the order that I do things in, and there's no order. It's just whatever happens to be next to me at the time. Right now it's this brow pencil, so I'm going to use the L'Oreal Brow Stylist and do my brows. I'll be back. Let's go kind of bronzy today. You guys seem to like it when I go bronze, so let's do that. And I'm gonna get this 228. I know that because I use it all the time. It's one of my favorite blending brushes. 228 from Zoeva. Let's go right here to this one and come into my crease.
The shade is called Pooter. It is the second row, third from the left.
That was stupid. I forgot to put a shade down over, so they're kind of sticking a little bit. They don't normally do that. Normally you would put some powder or something down over the top of your eyeshadow primer, which, by the way, mine today is Too Faced Shadow Insurance, so that this doesn't happen. What is happening is I'm getting a little bit of drag. So let's get some e.l.f. Let's get some e.l.f. Powder. Since I forgot to do that, I'm going to do it now. It's translucent. I'm just going to take some e.l.f. high def powder and go over my eyelids so that so my shadows have some slip. All right, so back into Pooter now. I'm just going to bring it through my crease. Circular motions, outside in, inside out. There we go. Tipping my head down just a little bit to make sure that I get high enough on my brow bone that you can see it as I'm looking at you dead on. Let's come all over the lid with Meeks. Actually, I'm just going to come on the inner corner and the outer corner. We'll just leave the middle for 24/7. Which is the one that she says to use with a finger, I think. While I've never really had to do that, I think it does look prettier if you do that. Now I'm going to take my finger into 24/7 and pop it right here in the middle. Just back and forth, right in the middle. Wow, that's so pretty. Okay, I lied to. I'm going to get Queen, which is right up here, and bring Queen right there on the inner part of my under eye. try not to get it in your eye. I'm going to wipe that brush off and come into 24/7 and get on the outside of the eye. You know what I think I want to do is just brighten the inside of my eye a little. So I'm going to take this crease brush, the petite crease brush, and come in back into Queen. And just come from the inner lid with Queen. I know we had Meeks there, but I want to brighten this up a little bit. Now, what we have now is Meeks on the outer and the inner, and then I put Queen on top of Meeks. In the center is 24/7, and Pooter is in the crease. Now, to you, it might look like a big muddy mess of brown, but in person, it's not. It's really pretty. I'm going to get Obsessed on that same brush. I just wiped it off a little bit, and I'm going to come into the inner corner. Right there. Inner highlight is Obsessed, because I quite frankly am obsessed with Obsessed. And being the highlight queen that she is, I'm guessing that's why she's obsessed with Obsessed. Now we'll get a little bit more of that in a minute. First, I want to clean up my brows, okay, because I don't like what happened up here when I was doing them, and so to do that I always use a concealer. So I'm going to put a little bit of this on the back of my hand because this one is kind of runny. I really like using a pen better. And then I'm going to take this brush here, which I should be using the brush that they made for this, but I like this better. I just really like this liner brush. And I'm going to come underneath here and start whacking away at my brows. I don't want to pluck that out yet, but I don't want you to see it very much, so I'm just covering with concealer. Are the hairs still there? Yes, they are, but they're being concealed by the concealer. And then I tap down. And a lot of times the highlight that you see up at the top of my eyes is a concealer that I've just tapped down. Now that thinned out my brow quite a bit from this side. I'm trying to let them grow in, even if they're crazy, because I would like to get them shaped professionally, like at the Benefit Bar. So I'm letting them grow in, but I don't like them looking as bushy as they did, so that's what we're doing. I'm going to take the concealer brush now and hit that zit. Hashtag world's greatest rhymer. Now, what I do, and I've done this since I was in high school, usually with a Q-tip, I just take the concealer and pop down on top of a zit, and then I'll take powder and pop down on top of the concealer. Let's say goodbye to Jaclyn Hill palette. I'm going to take my Guerlain Meteorites powder with this Posh powder brush. I'm swirling in here and just lightly going over my face. Today's eyeliner is Rimmel Scandal Eyes. I've been told that this is not good for people who have watery eyes, that it comes off. This is, to me, this thing here is as good as a Marc Jacobs gel liner. This is the L'Oreal, as much as I love it, Shocking Extensions or something. I'm going to do my lower lashes with it, and I'm going to use it on my top lashes to help separate, but then I'm going to go in over the top with Lancome Hypnose Gem. Okay, this is an Elizabeth Arden mouth. So what we're going to use is Iced Grape lipstick, Orchid, and what was this? Sugar Kiss, I think. Lip liners. Sugar Kiss is, or Orchid is a little bit deeper of a color. So let's do this. I'm going to outline my mouth dark with the darker color. Okay, here we go.
I did not end up using Sugar Kiss at all. What I'm doing is I'm taking Orchid, which is a darker color than the lipstick, and I'm outlining my mouth. What you don't see me do is get the inside corners as well. And now this is concealer, and I'm going to pat that down and go over the whole thing with the lipstick.
So this is the finished makeup look. I'd like to thank you guys for being the best part of the Fritzy family. And if you're not part of the Fritzy family, then it's really easy to implement. Okay. Down there is a subscription button. I think it's red. If you're not subscribed, click it and make it gray. Just click subscribe to be part of the Fritzy family.
And then ring my bell, ring my bell.
We'd love to have you here so much because we're all such a very loving family. Isn't that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay then, and also, if you're not having a blessed day, please go out and be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, love you, see ya, bye, and I'm out.
Got tassels. Let's see if we can go both ways. We'll make sure we get a lot right there, because I want to make sure nobody misses that big of a zit. We're going to name this one David. I think we're on the D's now. The name, let's see, 1, 2, 3, and you sunk my battleship. Serious. It's 1, 2, 3, and 2 rows down. 1, 2, 3, and this one here, and I still can't read it. What does it say? You could be more organized. Pooter! That's kind of how I feel right now. Oh, crap! Look, that looks like a big old tub of cocaine. Well, it's reality. This is what really happens. In a minute, I'm going to dump this everywhere. Because that's how we roll around here. Did you hear that? That was a bill I haven't paid yet. You guys, anyone wants to pay it, let me know. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 from the bottom, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Look what we have to go through, Jaclyn. We need to have their shade names in here. What the heck? This is a Dollar Tree magnification thing. It obviously doesn't work very well. Hang on, let me get shy, guys. I know you guys think I make this crap up. You see me fall out of my chair onto the floor.